And with regards to the meeting minutes from January 19th, commissioners, have you had an opportunity to review them?
I did review them, but since I was not at the meeting, I would have to defer to Commissioner Cassidy.
Yep, move to approve.
Second, passed and carried. Thank you. The meeting is called to order, as I said. So item agenda 3, police officer list 63-027 non-selection. Following have deferred after having been canvassed. Cameron H. Schultz, Gregory Bauer, Barry Betts, Michelle Brizzi, Sharona Campbell, Jeffrey Carafello, Joshua Collins, Joseph Capola, Marissa Deso, Demir Henry Millington, Marvin Maldonado Padilla, Maxfield Asjahanya, Laura Maxon, James McKeever, Keith Millington, Brandon Parrow, John Pigelski, Joshua Porter, Mason Ruiz, Dylan Sada, Basso, Corrine Vadney, Jessica Vickery, Kedrick Whedon, and Nicole Zorn. The following have failed the physical agility test. Kyle Adams, Shannon Antonucci, Farhan Aziz, Zachary Bailey, Antiquity Boatwright, Christopher Boga, Robert Bolton, Deshaun Campbell, Justin Chelzinski, John Han, Barry Hay, Kyle Heidelmark, Shane Hoteling, Alex Jacob, Theodis Johnson, Christopher Lopez, Christopher McIntosh, Jordan Metler, Zaish Sadiq, Joshua Sahid, Edward Stewart, James Tavares, Sean Tedeschi, Kingsley Thomas, Colleen Thompson, Mark Turner, Jasmine Vessels, excuse me, Ryan Conto, Daniel Corcoran, Troy Dickinson, Charles Dorado, Sean Edward, Zachary Fierro, Riley Fitzgerald, Joseph Ferrezzi, Elijah Garcia, Emmett Gillen, Anthony Giovanazzi, Christian Mooney, Musa Net, Jason Nedorovic, Zachary Oler, Jonathan Ortiz, Kelly Palmer, Christian Passaro, Jacob Perez, Reginald Poulin III, Amanda Rivera, Jacqueline Rossi, Brandon Whitaker, and Timothy Woods. The following have been disqualified due to a no-show for the physical agility test. Diamond Biggs, Natalie Buchanan, Connor Burns, Jovan Cruz, Diego De La Rosa, Eric Fernandez, Shamara Hagre, Philip Hassin, Mara Carmen Jimenez, Isaiah McGill, Paul Peterson, Taylor Ray, Chantalay Turner. Agenda item number 4, firefighter list 63-185, appeals. Candidate commended for hire after psychological testing and evaluation.
And it doesn't seem the candidate attended today. He was going to appeal in person.
Okay, absent any testimony written or oral?
No, nothing submitted.
Okay, so absent that, I would make the motion that we uphold the disqualification for not recommendation to hire after psychological testing.
I second.
Aye.
Passed and carried. Agenda item 5, old business.
None to report at this time.
6, new business.
None to report.
I would take this moment to address an issue that came out of the last meeting. I think I spoke with Talani with regards to the library board requesting a waiver of residency for the library clerk 1 position. I would make the motion, commissioners, that might be a kind of extreme measure. I understood they did not have a wealth of talent or a wealth of candidates that took the test and therefore did not have a wealth of candidates to pick from. Before we remove that residency requirement because it's the first entry-level position in the library schematic. I'd like to hear from the library administration with regards to what kind of outreach they do. I just think that it might be doing a disservice to the areas that the library serves. You know, there's an opportunity for employment, and I'd hate to see that foregone in the interest of expediency. I think with a little bit of effort, I think they could hit their numbers in their core community. Commissioners, do you have any opinion on that?
I just wanted to note that the residency exemption was only for 3 months. They don't want to permanently remove that.
Well, if there's only 2 people on the list,
No,
Right.
there's more than 2 people, actually. I could tell you what those numbers are right now. Give me
were
just
there
a
only 2
second.
residents on the list?
So what's happening is when we go ahead and we canvass that list, a lot of times they're getting a non-mandatory list because the interest in those positions, especially for their part-time vacancies, are not, a lot of people either don't reply, or right now they have 13 active candidates on that list.
Maybe it's not clear to me. I don't understand why they need to waive the residency then.
Right, and I could definitely have them, someone from the library attend the next meeting.
Linda, Mike, do you have?
Yeah, I agree with Tom's perspective on this. I think it would be a good discussion to have with the library department, the library association, because we don't want to close out our local people from entry-level positions. And I think that's what we're concerned about.
Couldn't agree more.
Will do. I have a meeting with them tomorrow, so I will touch base and make sure one of their representatives attends the meeting on the 23rd.
So that brings me to the next question. Since we voted to approve that waiver in the last meeting, how do we put the genie back in the box? How do we act on this?
I would leave that, I'll defer to Phil on that one.
Phil? You're muted, Phil.
I'm
Counsel?
not sure what we would have to do to maybe rescind that exemption. Maybe you guys can vote on rescinding it until you guys meet at the next meeting. And if we have to do something further, I guess we could chat about it to see what legal thinks. I'm not sure if maybe he's having technical issues.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was away from my desk for a moment. I missed what was going on. I'm sorry.
Okay, Phil, let me see if I can recap this for you. At the last meeting, a motion came in front of the board. And I don't think that Commissioner Jackson Chalmers has joined us yet to rescind the residency requirement for the library clerk 1 position for the Albany Public Library. And we approved it. In the follow-up to that, I just brought it up in this meeting. We'd like to review that, both the request by the library board and rescind that approval. Do you know, how do we do that according to Robert's rules?
Rescinding the approval that you previously gave.
Correct. We'd like to hold it in abeyance until we hear from the library board.
We would need to do a resolution on that, I believe. I can look a little bit deeper into this, but my understanding is that we would, like I said, we would need to make a resolution saying that we are holding our previous decision in abeyance until we can hear testimony from the library. At which point we would be able to schedule them for the subsequent hearing.
That's fine. Could I make that motion now, or does that have to be posted on?
Yeah, no, that's, you can make that motion now. That's correct.
Okay, thank you. So, commissioners, I would make the motion that we hold the previous approval of the request. We hold that in abeyance until we can hear testimony from the library board at the next meeting.
I
I'll
second it.
Yep, approve.
Okay, passed and carried. Tatiana, can you send them or communicate to them just that initiative and ask for their availability at the next meeting?
Absolutely.
Okay, Phil, thank you for that.
Again, I apologize for not hearing initially.
No
Should've
worries,
been a little
Phil.
more on the ball there, but-
No worries. You know what they say, that no one will know how valuable you are until you don't show up. So we know how valuable you are. So that is the new business. I make the motion, we adjourn. The next regular scheduled meeting is February 23rd. I see no reason to move off of that. Commissioners, is it a conflict for anybody?
Not for me.
Works for me.
Okay, as it stands, Wednesday, February 23rd at 4:30. Thank you, everybody, for your attendance and your cooperation.
Thank you.